Okay, welcome. Make yourself comfortable and have your props ready. We are going to be doing a journey into splits class. A bolster is very handy. A couple of blocks is also handy. And this class is not about the end outcome of Hanumanasana or splits pose. It's about the journey. And I hope you enjoy it because opening up your hips, stretching out through the backs of your legs, taking that nice big luxurious leap uh, is, yeah, it's a really nice process to go through. And it's actually something that you can add to your regular rotation throughout your week to improve your flexibility in your hips and legs. And with these poses that we're going to go through, you can literally just do the hip section. You don't have to do the whole class. You could isolate the hip section that we're going to be doing with the lunges. And it's just, you'll notice if you do that 2 to 3 times a week over a few weeks, you won't know your hips a month later. I promise you. All right, getting comfortable and letting go of the day, bringing yourself into present focus into your body, into awareness of your breath. Maybe taking a nice deep inhale and a vocal exhalation or a sigh. Allowing your legs and hips to be heavy as you take a gentle rise into your spine, lifting all the way into the crown of your head, softening your shoulders down away from your ears. Bringing your awareness to your breath, observing the natural flow of your breath in and out of your nose. Noticing the rise and fall of your breath of your chest as you inhale and exhale. And bringing one hand to your belly and one hand to your heart center. And this hand over your heart center is to tune into the feeling of the rise and fall of your chest. And the hand over the belly is to feel that rise and fall and expansion of your abdomen. So as we inhale, feeling as if we're breathing into our palms. And as we exhale, feeling your chest and belly gently fall away from your palms. And just continuing on in this way, full yogic breaths. We're not waiting for anything magical to happen or a big pivotal shift in our mental sphere, but just the simple awareness, the sensations, the presence of observing your breath. And starting to consciously slow down your breath, inhaling for the count of 4, exhaling for the count of 4. Inhaling for 4. Exhale for 4. Let's do that one more time. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 4. Moving straight into some Goranga breathing. Exhale completely. Inhale. Say the sound. Goranga. Inhale. Goranga. Continue on. Goranga. Goranga. One last time. Goranga. Settling back into your regular breathing pattern. Bringing your palms together in prayer position in front of your heart center. Taking a moment to set an intention or focus for your practice. And opening your eyes, releasing your hands, and coming down onto your back. Bringing your knees into your chest, hands to your knees, and make some circles with your knees, rotating them around, feeling that gentle massage into your hips and into your sacrum, and back in the opposite direction. Come back to center. Take both feet to the floor with your feet hip distance, arms out to the side, palms down, rocking your knees from side to side, starting with small movements, and just keeping that awareness in your hips and lower back area. Gradually building up to take the knees all the way over to one side and lift them up and over to the other side. Coming back to center, taking your feet as wide as your mat, starting small as you rock your knees from side to side. And eventually take your knees all the way over to one side. Relax. And up and over to the other side. And coming back to center, hugging your knees into your chest. Good. Crossing your ankles over one another. Rock yourself up to sit. Hands come forward and shoot the legs back or feet back or stepping back. And we go into a yoga push-up. So it's high plank into low plank or chaturanga. Pressing the palms into the floor, shoulders down away from your ears. Lengthen back into your heels, navel drawing in. Squeeze strong through the hips and legs as you lower down, elbows in. Exhale. And pressing back up. Inhale. Lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Press back up. Let's do 3 more. Anytime it gets too strong, dropping your knees to the floor. Let's do 2 more. And press back into downward dog. Take a breath. Good. And staying here for 1 more breath, just checking that your fingers and thumbs are spread nice and wide. Press the floor away, drawing your chest toward your thighs, drawing the belly in, and tilting your pelvis forward, lifting through the hips as you lengthen your heels down toward the floor. We're going to take it into a bit of a downward dog warm up, raising the right leg up,
Nice big reach into those toes. And then keep pressing the floor away, sending your chest back. And we're going to play with the hip here. So taking the leg up, really expressing fully. Don't worry too much about it being too much about alignment. We're just feeling into opening up through the hip. So you can roll that top hip open. And if you like, bending through the knee, dropping the heel in toward the hip, taking the knee back a little for more of a stretch, and straightening out through the leg, rolling that hip down again, and lower the foot to the floor. Good. Let's move to the other side. So anchoring down into that right foot now as you sweep the left leg up. Nice big reach into the toes, drawing the chest toward the thigh, and roll the top hip open. And if you like, bending through the knee, bringing the heel in toward your hip, drawing the knee back, and straightening the leg, rolling the hip back to center. Lower your foot to the floor. If you need to take a rest, coming into child's pose. Finding yourself in downward dog, take a breath here. And then inhale, raise the right leg up. Exhale, bringing the knee in toward the chest and shoulders over the wrists. Let's do that 2 more times on this side. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale. Inhale, driving through the belly. Exhale. Taking the leg back up and lower the foot down. Change sides, feeling your shoulders working. Keep pressing the palms into the floor. Inhale, raise the left leg up. And exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. Sending the leg up and back. Nice big reach. And lower the foot to the floor. Let's bring our knees to the floor and hips to your heels, forehead to the floor. Take a rest. Rest your shoulders. 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. All right. Taking your hands forward, tuck the toes, and lift back into downward dog. Jump or step your feet forward. Whoop. That was a bit of a floaty jump accidentally. Inhale, lift and lengthen flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Sweeping the arms down as you come into chair pose. Finding yourself in chair. Sitting down into the hips, scooping in through your belly, shoulders down away from your ears, reaching into your fingertips, pressing down into your feet. Anchoring into your breath. Being patient with your breath. 1 more breath in this position. Inhaling, reaching up, bring your palms together. Exhale, taking the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, palms working together as you turn to look over your right shoulder in revolved chair. Softly drawing in through your belly. And inhale. Sending the hands up, coming up to stand, reaching up. Exhaling over to the other side, right elbow to the outside of the left knee, turning to look over your left shoulder. 5 breaths here, taking your time. And coming up, inhale. Exhale. Soft bend through the knees, raising the right foot up and placing your right ankle on top of your left thigh, sinking down again into a chair position. So from the front, hands come together in prayer and sink down. So you've got a nice pigeon stretch,
through the right leg. Left leg is working strongly. Hip strengthening before we go into hip stretching. Two more breaths here. Beautiful. Inhale. If you want to really challenge yourself, keep your standing leg bent and switching straight over to the other side, holding chair position. This time, left ankle on top of the right knee or right thigh. Flexing that foot, palms pressing together, shoulders down away from your ears, sinking down into your hip, keeping your breath flowing. Good. One more breath here. And release. Coming up. And exhale. Arms down by your sides. Take a breath. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump a step back. Lower down. Inhaling, taking your time to come up into cobra or upward dog. Exhale, lift back into downward dog. Take a breath. Inhale to step the right foot forward, keeping your back knee up off the floor. Lengthen into that back heel. Hips are squared off with the front of the mat, navel drawing in. Raise the arms up, dropping down into the front thigh, knee stacked above the ankle. Good. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the left leg forward. High lunge on the left side. Stack the knee above the ankle, lengthen into your back heel. Raise the arms up. Finding your breath. 5 breaths on this side. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Looking between your hands, jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, arms by your sides. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Jump or step back into plank. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale to step your right foot forward. Spin your back foot down at an angle. Cartwheel the arms up and lower your forearm to your front thigh. Further still, taking your hand to a block or to the outside edge of your foot, resting on the floor. And then sweeping the left arm up. Strong line of energy from the outer edge of your foot, the sole of your foot, all the way up that side line of your body, reaching out into your fingertips, pressing firmly into your feet. Beautiful. Exhale. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Let's flow to the other side. Exhale. Inhale the left foot forward. Spin the right foot down. Cartwheel the arms up. And then make your way into side angle. Either forearm or hand, and sweeping that top arm just above your ear, turning to look up toward the ceiling. Nice. Both hands to the floor, step back into plank, lower down. We are warming up, getting the blood flowing through our hips, strengthening before we come into stretching, and finding your way back into downward dog. Okay, inhale, stepping the right foot forward, dropping your back knee to the floor. We're going to be here for a minute or two. So if you need extra padding under your knee, just tuck a pillow or fold your mat under your back knee, hands to your front knee, and start to lower down into lunge position. Don't mind me just panting, catching my breath. Got me good. If you feel like you can take your arms up, but we're really going into sort of a bit of a passive stretch here with the lunge just to begin. And we're going to be taking our hands to the floor very soon. So if you do want to go into a nice expressive lunge position, go ahead and take a couple of breaths now. And from here, we're going to go into a dynamic movement, going from half split to lunge. It can be helpful to have blocks underneath your hands for comfort, if you like, if that makes it more comfortable for you. And we're going to be transitioning to taking the hips back, straightening out through that front leg and folding forward over the leg. So you feel it through your hamstring and then coming forward again. Back and rocking forward. Exhale, flexing your toes back toward you, folding forward over that front leg. Inhale, heart lifts as you look forward. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Both hands to the floor, step back. Come through downward dog, and stepping the left foot forward. Settling into a lunge first, taking a bit of time to soften into your hips and take your mind into your hips as well. Building that proprioceptive awareness through the hip capsule. And also just gently signaling to your body, it's okay to let go into your hips. It's okay to soften into your hips. If at any time it feels like you're dropping too deep into a posture, you can just lift back up, lift out. And on your next exhalation, let's take our hands to the floor. Rock the hips back, flex the foot toward you, and fold forward. Inhale, looking forward. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more each way. And exhale. Good. Bring the hips forward, hands to the floor, press back into downward dog. Inhale, stepping the right foot to the outside edge of the mat, so outside your hand. Have your blocks handy in case you want to use them. Now we're in a diagonal lunge. Hands stay on the floor under your shoulders as support. And again, just dropping down into your hips. Taking your time. Staying with your breath and staying in awareness of your hips, your inner thighs, anywhere where you're feeling sensations. To take the pose a little bit further, we can drop down onto our forearm. If it feels too strong to drop straight down onto your forearm, you can take a block under your forearm, like so. So forearm to the floor, running parallel to the end of the mat, and right hand comes to the top of the right knee, pressing down into the right palm onto the floor as you turn to look over your right shoulder. So you've got a little bit of gentle rotation through the upper back, the spine, and hips are in a nice diagonal stretch. One more breath here. Slowly rotate back to center, both hands to the floor. Press down into your palms, tuck your back toes under, and sweep the leg back. Stepping the left foot to the outer edge of the left hand, left edge of the mat, and coming into a nice diagonal lunge. When you're ready, making your way down, forearm to the floor, palm open to the mat, left hand comes to the top of the knee, turning to look over your left shoulder. Nice. Both palms to the floor. Tuck your back toes under and step back into downward dog, paddling out through the backs of your legs, your heels lifting and lowering. And take a moment here, just dropping down to your knees. You can come into child's pose or you can just come to sit on your heels. I'm going to demonstrate for you going into splits. So, props that you might like to implement. And I highly recommend having this touch point of the bolster underneath your hips because just like any pose, having a prop with a raised surface gives you that point of contact. So you've got biofeedback, allows you to settle into the posture. It gives you a sense of stability. We can do a bolster underneath our hips to allow us to drop down and make contact with hips to the bolster as we go into split. So even if you're in a half split position, having the bolster underneath kind of signals to your body and allows your body to relax into that support beneath it. So we're going to step the foot forward, just like you're going into a lunge or half split, and then slowly make sure that your bolster is aligned underneath your hips. And then edge, edge, edge your foot forward. And you can slide the back foot back, and you might come down to contact with hips to the bolster. And you've also got blocks here that you can place under your hands so that you can sit up nice and tall. And this is where you can control how intense the pose is or how much you surrender into the pose. So with your hands against the blocks, you can press to lift up out of the pose or you can soften into it. So use that as a little bit of a gearing for how deep you want to go into it. And if you feel like you don't need to have the props, just setting them aside. And it's the same entry, just taking your right foot forward and carefully and slowly with awareness, sliding that foot forward. So let's go into the posture now, taking the right foot forward and making your way into Hanumanasana, splits pose. So wherever you land. And a good thing to be aware of too is to keep this left hip rolling down, or what they call square. We have this tendency to want to go deeper into the pose, and we might compromise alignment by allowing that left hip to swing open or the back hip to swing open. So you can notice that by if your heel is facing out to the side instead of facing up toward the sky, you need to come up a little bit and roll that left hip down, the back hip down. All right, once you're in position, that was a bit of a longer setup. We'll go a little bit more straight into it next side. But staying here for 5 breaths now. And practicing letting go and releasing with your exhalations. To come out of the pose, pressing down into your hands and drawing that leg back, bringing your knees together. Take a breath. And let's transition to the other side. Stepping your left foot forward, sliding your heel out, and just taking your time. You might come halfway into the pose and notice that you drop millimeter by millimeter, a little bit deeper into the pose as you go. Finding your breath. Noticing any strong sensations without judgment, just having that awareness, moderating the pose as needed. And pressing down into your palms, getting ready to lift up and out, sliding the heel back. Good. Come to sit on your heels. All right, we're going to take this into a standing half split. So almost like a merge of half split or standing split and half moon, where it's not a formal alignment thing, it's more an exploration of your hips combined with an inversion and just allowing the leg to float up and open through space and explore that range of motion through your hip. It just feels nice. That's all. That's the goal. The goal is just for you to have that sensation. So let's go into downward dog and step your right foot forward, fingertips to the floor, reaching forward, inhale, starting to float the back leg up, and fingertips are just gently anchored to the floor. And you can allow your torso to drop toward the floor as you float the back leg up. So I guess it's more like an arabesque rather than thinking of it being leg directly back or leg and hip half open. It is just taking that leg up, folding forward, and exhale. Soft bend through your right knee as you lower your toes back to the floor, hands to the floor, taking it back into downward dog. Take a breath. And step the left foot forward, reaching your fingertips forward slightly, and begin to stabilize through the standing leg as you float the back leg up. Feeling your leg in space, noticing the sensations through the back of your standing leg, your hips, dropping your upper body forward. One more breath. Soft bend through the standing knee as you gracefully lower your toes to the floor, hands to the floor. We're going to step back into downward dog and walk our hands back to meet our feet to come into a standing forward fold. With your feet hip distance apart, hooking your first two fingers around your big toes. Lifting your heart forward as you draw against your toes, and then exhale. Long through your spine, draw in through your belly. Upper body draws in toward the thighs. Keeping your breath flowing. Two more breaths here.
Begin to release. Unhooking your hands, bending through your knees and bringing them to the floor. Sitting on your heels and folding forward into child's pose, going with a variation that feels comfortable for you. Mm. Beginning to let go now as we transition to the floor, switching from more yang energy to a more yin style practice. Slowly lift up, crossing your ankles, hips to the floor, extend your legs, flexing your toes back toward you as you sit up tall and folding forward. Taking hold of your shins or your feet, your toes. Drawing in through your belly. Chin draws in toward your chest. And gently lift through the pelvic floor. Engaging Mahabandha. And with that lift through the pelvic floor, we're engaging Mula Bandha. Scooping in through your belly. And then chin on toward the chest for Uddiyana and Jalandhara Bandha. Okay, going just a little bit deeper for 2 more breaths, and then we'll release out. Slowly rise up. Take a breath. And then take your legs wide, coming into seated, wide-legged position. Flex your toes back toward you, lift and lengthen, walking your hands forward, hinging at the hips as you fold forward. Maybe dropping a little deeper as you continue to breathe. And staying here for another 4 breaths. And starting to press down into your palms and lift up. I really felt like I was just starting to drop into the pose then. So the nice thing about your personal practice is you have the time and the space to stay as long as you need to in each pose. When we're in a class, got to keep going. Okay. Taking your hands under your knees and crossing your legs. Taking hold of your right ankle with your elbow wrapped around your right knee. We're going to rock the baby. So just like you're cradling a baby, then place your foot to your forearm or the crook of your elbow, interlocking your hands. And with your arms wrapped around your lower leg, start to rock your leg back and forth. So you're doing it with control, ideally. Once you get a feel for it, noticing that stretch in the hip, trying to sit up nice and tall, and maybe even taking it back a little, lingering anywhere where you feel strong sensation. Good. And release.
Changing sides. Taking hold of the left lower leg, placing your foot to the forearm and crook of your elbow, wrapping your left arm around your leg, and interlocking your hands as you rock your leg back and forth. Keep breathing. One more time. Good. Sitting in Sukhasana, easy sitting pose for a couple of breaths, allowing your hips to relax. Nice. Finding your way down onto your back. I'm just giving myself a bit of space here from the wall. We're going to go into happy baby and transition into a straddled position. So holding your feet up, lengthen your tailbone down toward the floor. I'll just show you the movement so that when we start practicing it, you can move and transition from one to the other whenever it feels ready and whenever it feels appropriate for you. So we'll be bringing the soles of the feet together and then we'll take the legs out wide. And it might start with a more modest movement. And then as your legs and hips start to open, you can use your arms to guide your legs a little bit further toward the floor. All right, let's go happy baby. Taking hold of your feet, knees and thighs moving down alongside your body. Shoulders down away from your ears, and lengthen your tailbone down toward the floor. A little rock from side to side. And come back to center, transitioning now into straddling position, moving with your breath, holding your feet so they're secure. Inhaling open and exhaling to soften into your hips and move into depth in the pose, whatever that looks like for you. And come back to center. Inhale, exhale, and inhale, lift. Exhale out to the side. And just moving with your breath, however feels natural. Lingering a little longer if you want to in any of the positions. Let's do one more straddle. Come back to center and release. Interlocking your hands around your knees. Rest for a moment. Release your feet to the floor. And laying out flat. Relax. Noticing that beautiful energy flow through your hips. Bending through your right knee and taking it across your body, coming into a supine twist. Extending your right arm out to the side, turning to look toward your right fingertips, and place your left hand on top of your right thigh. Gently encouraging your shoulder and your knee down toward the floor. Soften through your belly, relaxing into your spine. And release. Come back to center. Straightening out through the right leg, bending the left knee and taking it across your body. Extend the left arm out, turning to look just beyond the left fingertips. Right hand to the left thigh. Gently encourage your knee and shoulder down toward the floor. And soften, allowing yourself to let go. And release back to center. And taking any last poses or positions that your body is craving. And then finding your way into Shavasana, arriving at the end of our asana practice. Allowing your body to rest completely. Noticing if your mind has softened at this point in your practice. All this wonderful work that we do with our body helps to increase the suppleness in our tissues, and it has a direct effect on increasing suppleness and softness in our mind. Allowing your body to feel heavier and heavier. Closing down at the eyes. And already committing before we begin our guided yoga nidra. Committing to this practice of relaxation. Giving yourself this time and space to rest completely. Nothing else to do and nowhere else to be. Simply rest. Guiding your awareness all the way down to the soles of your feet. Relax from your big toes to your little toes. Relax the soles of your feet. And feel your heels getting heavier and heavier. Soften into your ankles. And feel your shin bones to be heavy. Relax your calf muscles. Relax your knees. Soften into your thighs, the tops of your thighs, your inner thighs and outer thighs, and your hamstrings. Relax your left hip and your right hip, feeling both of your legs to be heavy and relaxed. Softening into your pelvis and feeling the sides of your torso as if they're melting down toward the floor. Relax into your belly, visualizing the internal organs resting in your pelvic region, softening and relaxing. Moving upwards, visualizing all of your digestive organs resting in the middle region of your abdomen, visualizing them softening and relaxing. And taking the healing energy of your breath and the prana and fresh nutrients that it carries, and taking your breath sweeping in a clockwise motion all throughout your abdominal region, bringing fresh prana and oxygen to all of these vital organs. And then begin to relax all the muscles around your abdomen. Relax into your rib cage. Relax all the tissues and muscles in between each rib. Soften into your lungs. And feeling your heart center to be soft and light. Moving your awareness to your collarbones. Feeling them broadening and releasing. Relax your shoulders. From the tops of your shoulders, down and around your shoulder blades. Releasing any tension that might be stored or carried on your shoulders. Just allow yourself to let go. Relax your upper arms, your elbows, and your forearms. Releasing into your wrists and hands. Soften into your fingers. Become aware of the gentle prickling sensation of prana circulating your palms. Gently drawing your awareness to your lower back. Feel your sacrum broadening and releasing. Relax your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, and your neck. Visualize all the muscles either side of your spine relaxing, releasing any tension, relaxing into your nervous system, and feeling that relaxation radiate out into every organ, every limb, every cell of your body. Your head is heavy as it rests against the floor. Relax into your forehead, your eyes, your cheeks, and jaw. Soften into your mouth, feeling your lips to be softly touching. Your entire body is heavy and relaxed. You feel safe and warm. Now that your body is deeply relaxed, your mind is a little bit more calm and quiet. Taking this time to contemplate the mantra, Aham Brahmasmi. I am not my body. I am not my mind. I am spirit soul, an eternal spark of the Supreme Soul. Aham Brahmasmi. Now coming back into awareness of your breath, noticing the rise and fall of your chest. And we'll do 3 rounds of quiet Goranga breaths, going in your own time, and saying the sound Goranga just audible enough that you can hear it, drawing it in through your ears and down into your heart. Whenever you're ready, begin. Goranga. 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 Finding a nice rhythm with your breath, starting to breathe a little deeper, coming back to the intention that you set at the beginning of your practice, bringing it into the front of your awareness. Maybe it's something you would like to carry off the mat into the rest of your evening or week. And beginning to wriggle into your fingers and toes and rock your head from side to side. Rolling over onto your left side and pressing yourself up to sit. Closing off our practice by bringing our palms together in prayer position in Anjali Mudra. Bowing to offer our respects to one another. And bowing once more to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste.